So now we've got a concept. Ball's over there, we're over here, we swing around an arc. We meet the ball before the bottom of the arc, carry on around our arc. That's how we're going to swing the golf club. So now everything we do from there is to help us do that. The first thing to do, we need to grip the club properly. Now, gripping the club, if you're mentioned with mates and friends, Uncle Joe, whoever, they'll talk about how they grip the club by saying they either interlock, overlap, 10 finger, or something in between. All that is really is how you're comfortable putting the hands on the club. I'll show you that a little bit, but what I'm really going to show you is how you should grip it and the keys to gripping the golf club. Now, the keys to gripping the golf club are these. If you take the club in your left hand, place the club, the grip underneath your pad, or some people call this the heel of your hand. That's not where the thumb is, it's right here, the base of your hand. And in the fingers, as I hold that out, I can counterbalance that golf club. The club is going down with gravity and it's pushing this grip into the back end of my hand. I've got about 1/4 of an inch gap here at the end as well, okay? Once I've got that, I place my thumb to the right of centre, pointing back towards the club face. Now, there's a checkpoint here. If you've got that correct, if you put your hand over your elbow so you can't move your elbow and you just cock your wrists, remember, cock's a vertical motion, that club should come straight up. If I've got too strong a grip, in other words, the hands are away from target side, as I cock that, the club will move towards target side. Equally, if I've got too weak a grip, my hand more towards the target side of the club, as I cock the wrist, the club will bow to the right. So make sure you've got your fingers and pad, club in the fingers and pad, thumb right of centre pointing back, or away from target side of centre pointing back, and that will go vertically up and down. Once you've got that, the right hand's reasonably easy. What we've got is our lifeline here and our middle joints of the right hand. So you take the club, you place your lifeline on top of the thumb and place your middle joints on the grip. Now if you put your middle joints on, there's a checkpoint here as well. Your right forefinger will be like a trigger finger. You can fire a water pistol. Another thing that will happen, if you put it down, this angle goes towards your right toe. Now if you grip it too much in the top joints, in other words near the palm of your hand, there's no trigger. When you put that down, the finger's pointing over here somewhere. If you've got it too much in the tips of your fingers, again, tips of your fingers, there's no trigger finger. So the keys to your grip, fingers paddle left hand, counterbalancing the club. Thumb right of centre pointing back. Quick checkpoint, can I cock the club straight up? Lifeline, middle joints, and then simply place your right thumb over the left hand side of the grip. Now if you do that correctly, you've got another checkpoint with both hands on. The checkpoint is this. Your knuckles will add up to 4. In my case, I've got 2.5, 1.5. 2.5 on the left, 1.5 on the right. Another checkpoint, if I put a T in the crease of each hand by the palm of the hand and the thumb, as I put those on, those T's will be on top of each other. In my case, slightly right of target or slightly right of centre. If I had a grip like Bernhard Langer or Paul Anzenger, the T's would be on top of each other to the right. My knuckles would add up to 4, but it'd be more like 3 on the left and 1 on the right, or even 3.5 on the left and half on the right. If I had a grip like a leather bell, again the T's would be on top of each other to the left hand side or target side. And if I look down, I've probably got 1.5 knuckles on my left hand and the balance on my right hand. Now, you might have read that your knuckles should be going, you should see certain knuckles in your left hand and the V's go in a certain position, but you might not have heard that. How have you got that? Well, the grip manufacturers do a great job. They make lots of various size grips. But no matter how many permutations of the grip size you've got, it doesn't cover the human being variations. That's my middle finger, from the top of my middle finger to the base of my middle finger, the depth and width of the palm. We all vary there. So all we can do is get the grip as near to that as possible, and then once we've got that, we're then going to get our grip. The key is, with a Lazarbell, Langer, whoever, if you went out on tour with a grip with ink on it, and they put their hands on the club, as they take their hands off, the ink print will be in the same position. Not only that, if they take their hand off and cock, the club will go up. Why is that important? Because if we go back, we want the club cocking up the plane, not going off in one direction or another. So the keys to that, fingers paddle left hand, thumb right of centre, lifeline, mid joints trigger finger, right thumb just over, T's on top of each other, 4 knuckles in total. If you've got that, you've got a good grip.